Creeping down the back street on D's. Listen to some old school feeling the breeze. But as soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some youngsters in some skinny jeans, straight disrespecting. You wanna make noise, make noise. We can get ahead of fade. I don't need no homeboys. Break it down the road of reading the green leaf and pass it to the left side and come and take a ride with a G. And listen to some BCB, OMG, Cadillac DeVille on 22 inches. And got sounds for the bitches, trying to get riches. I don't fuck with no busters or no snitches. So homie, just walk on by, cause I'm too hard to live. 220 with a big ass dick. So your girlfriend, all of my top, locking all of my pics. Pillow talking with the homegirl bitch. I kick back as I pop the top of my fifth. We politic to celebrate the accomplishments. Yeah, because you know it don't stop. 2022 with a bullet headed straight to the top. K-Boy.
Hey, yo, check 1 2 1 2. What up, everyone? Hey, before I start this show, I want to apologize to everyone, man. We got a late start tonight. I know we like 30 minutes overdue. You feel me? But I had some technical difficulties. You know, I'm fresh back in the studio and shit. I had a lot of shit going on. I just finished my radio show, and I had a lot of shit going on, like in my studio. Like everything was discombobulated. It's like my studio was mad that I was gone or something. So it was like tripping on me. So I want to say before we continue, I apologize to everyone who waited. You know what I mean? I know we're late tonight, but thank you for hanging out and waiting for me. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm here. It's yeah, that part. It's the After Hours Live show, the G-Lew show, Wednesday Q&A, and we're gonna talk about Once Upon a Time in LA, the festival that just went on this past weekend that I was there for. Me personally, I was there solo. You feel me? Doing my stuff, and I want to talk about it. The event, how it went down. Talk about the aftermath. Of course, everyone knows what happened. I'm not here to talk about that really because that's not my business to do so. And I got close people that's family with the homie who passed away, so I'm not here to talk about that. You can go to all those other shows and channels and hear about all the hoopla and whatnot. I'm not here to talk about no one's demise and passing because that's not my business to do so. But I will say, rest in peace to the homie, who lost his life at the event. I will say that. 1 second. We want to give a moment of silence to the homie. So with that being said, we are back at it. It's Wednesday Q&A, the G-Lew show, hosted by G-Lew, sponsored by DD Hairston. And I want to give a special shout out to some of my loved ones out there who makes it all happen. Shout out to my co-DJ host on Sunday nights, Miss Nate Love with her pretty self. What's up, Nate? And shout out to BTP Media Group, my sponsors, Street Level Clothing, my sponsors, the GLewShow.com. We can go to the website and get everything associated with the G-Lew Show, okay? So make sure you do that. Shout out to my producer, my hip-hop producer, my homeboy DJ Maniac is in the building. Me and Maniac working on some shit that's gonna be it's gonna be major, man. I got this new album coming out top of the year, produced by DJ Maniac, so be on the lookout for that. Shout out to my homeboy Bandana Davies, album at Long Beach. What's up, Bandana? Yada yada yada. What's up, pimping? And everyone out there, man. Is that a new drop? Yeah, it is. It is. And shout out to the Queen Jean, Miss Queen Jean, and her family. We want to keep them in prayer because, like I said, this touches home. It's close to home, and Queen is family with the homie, man. So who lost his life. So prayers up to the family, to the Berkeley family, and shout out again to the homie who lost his life. Rest in peace, my boy. And I want to talk about tonight, man. First and foremost, I want to talk about the event that just took place. Once Upon a Time in LA, the festival, which I was invited to. Um, and it was a great, man. I want to first and foremost say, man, that was a great event. I want to do say yeah, prayers up to everyone. Shout out to DD Hairston, my producer. What's up, DD? What's up? Shout out to the great West Coast and the G-Lew family. Thank you, DJ Maniac. Shout out to Philadelphia, man. The soul, the sound of the soul. And I want to say happy holidays to everyone, man, because the holidays are upon us, right? If you celebrate it, whatever you do, If you celebrate it, if you don't, you know what I'm saying? It's the holidays and it's time to be with your family. You off work, you got the week off and all that is vacation. So enjoy yourself, man. You know what I mean? Get paid to lay in the shade, man. You know what I mean? If you got them vacation hours, or you know what I mean, or whatever you do, man. You may be an entrepreneur. You may not work and punch the clock, man. You may just get your money how you get it. So salute to you. Enjoy your holiday season. Shout out to my boy Dusty Vision TV. Dusty, that's my guy right there. I want to bring Dusty back to the show soon. He did an interview with me. I did an interview with him, but I want to bring Dusty back to the show so we can just kind of chop up some game, man. Because I respect his channel, what he does. I know he respects mine. I just want to chop up some game about everything going on and us being quote unquote bloggers, whatever you call it. I'm a radio host. I'm in this game of music and hip hop because this is what I do. So I don't call myself a blogger, but I would just love to chop up some game with my homeboy. And maybe we can bring some things together. And shout out to you, that new interview you just did with Mama Boo. Classic, brother. Classic. And that's my girl right there, my home girl, Mama Boo. She know I love her. So shout out to Mama Boo. Incredible interview, homeboy. Salute to you. Shout out to Dusty Vision TV, the great, the great. And shout out to Kev Mac Videos, Incredible Javier, uh my homeboy, American Cholo, um, my homeboy Sunny Streets Ain't Loyal, LA Times, and all my homeboys, man, out there who have their channels. We support it. Shout out to our sponsor, Street Level Clothing, like DD said. Shout out to all the bricks out there too. East Los Angeles, West Los Angeles, South Los, the Harbor area, all surrounding areas, man. From the Bay to LA. Love Mama Boo. Yeah. Shout out to Mama Boo, man. Love you, girl. But let me talk about this, man. Let me get into it, right? The LA Once Upon a Time in LA festival. I was there personally. I got to witness it, man, and it was, like I said, it was a great event. I will say this: I knew going there um, that it was a lot of people, and um, we've had such events going on recently, like ones we can remember, like the Astro World thing, where you got the homie like Travis Scott is just under fire, and it's unfortunate because it's really not his fault. He's just a performer. But when you have your name under these events, of course they come for you. And unfortunately, I've been hearing some things even about Snoop. That was Snoop event, even though it was Live Nation, the homie Bobby D, and other people. But Snoop name is kind of under the event. So I'm even been hearing some things. They may want to sue Snoop, the family. I don't know how that can go. But I will say this is not Snoop's fault. I can say this: when the event was going on, like I said, it was a full day of events and artists and many of artists from old school to new. It was just a great event. And I will say this: at the time this thing, the unfortunate event happened that night, which shut everything down. We were actually waiting on Snoop Dogg to perform, um, and it was just odd because we just got through seeing the great uh, Al Green. Shout out to Miss Queen Jean. Salute to you, Queen. Prayers up to you and your family. We're praying for you. We love you. We just got through. We were witnessing the legendary Al Green, man. Right? It was like it was like
Somebody's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, really feel good about somebody. Ain't nothing wrong. You love me so. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Oh, yeah.
right, right. Okay. Right. Okay. So, what up, Nate? Shout out to Nate Love. That's my co-DJ on Sundays. What's up, Nate? But check it out. So, what I was saying was, I played you Al Green because that's what was going on before this unfortunate, before things took a turn. Right. We were there waiting on Snoop because Al Green just got through performing. He shut it down. You know, shout out to Al Green, man. He's getting kind of old, right? But everyone was patient with Al, and we loved all the classics, Love and Happiness, and How Can You Mend a Broken Heart and all that. It was beautiful, man. Shout out to Al Green, right? Al Green shut it down. And we were there after Al Green. You know, we were waiting on Snoop Dogg. Snoop was supposed to perform next. Before Snoop, keep in mind, we seen a lot of great artists all day. Excuse me. We seen um Warren G, DJ Quick, um, excuse me, Sugar Free, um, man, Too Short, E40, um, Cypress Hill, the homie King Lil G. Um, man, it was just so many great performances all day, all day, all day, back to back, back to back. It was just beautiful. So Al Green graced the stage, shut it down, right? And at this time, we're waiting on Snoop Dogg to perform. Snoop was about to come. He was there. I heard him. He was backstage ready. 2 minutes, he was about to come. And then all of a sudden, you seen ghetto birds, the helicopters swooping down. We was just like, damn, what's up? Is this part of the show? We didn't know, you know, it was like, cause it was 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And it was just like, damn, right? No Snoop Dogg. So you start to think something is wrong. But mind you, right, they had how it was set up because it was so many artists, like so much, right? They had like three different stages. So at this point, we're at this stage right here, like I said, where Snoop is performing, and it was other people performing over here. Actually, the Isley Brothers. Hold on, my bad. Too much light. The Isley Brothers were performing, but I couldn't watch them because I wanted to see Snoop. I didn't want to lose my spot, right? So and Snoop never comes out, and we like, damn, what's up? Ghetto Bird, just like 30 minutes, 30 turning to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Ghetto Bird just over us. Boom, 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 boom. We like, damn. So next thing you know, we start hearing the chatter and boom, boom, boom. Someone just got boom, boom, boom. Someone got, and it's like, wow, all bad. Um, and of course, we hear what happened. Like I said, I'm not here to speak on that. Rest in peace though to the homie. But so we hear what happened, and it just was all bad. But like I said again, before that though, it was a great day. It was love, man. It was love all in the crowd because see, again, it was a type of event like we had the Astro Worlds and all this shit going on. This was a type of event that shit could happen there. I mean, when you got thousands and thousands of people in one place, anything can happen. It could go bad, but shout out to everyone out there, man. It was love out there. That's why I can't get with these whack 100s and all these dudes out here talking this bullshit and trying to take us back 20 years with this rhetoric and that false representation you pushing over there, man. You know what I mean? Because it was all love, homie. I was out there solo. You know what I mean? Because I roll solo. I don't need a bunch of homies, like I said. You feel me? But I was out there solo in a sea of homies, man, and Latino homies, and it was all love, man, all love. So I don't push that narrative of bullshit over here. You know what I'm saying? So but it was all love. I just saying that because I know you've been hearing the chatter too with this dude just running his mouth too much. You know what I'm saying? And trying to take us back, but we not going back. We moving forward, it's forward progress, bro. But it was all love out there, man. It was beautiful, and so it's unfortunate that this took place at the end, man. And the thing I will say, that I kind of saw when I went in, it's a lot of people, man. When you're dealing with that many people, rebirth in progress, Draco the ruler. Yeah, shout out to Draco. Like I said, I didn't want to speak on that and be disrespectful in no way. You know what I mean? But shout out to Draco. I know that's close to home. That's Queen Jean's family right there, people. So, that's why that's a touchy subject, and I don't want to, speak on that. But rest in peace to the homie Draco, man, young dude, man, not even 30 yet. And that's what I want to speak on too, because these young dudes around here, man, they not really getting a chance to live their life, man. And they dying real young. And the sad part is, man, they're real popular. You know, this dude was a rising star. Like he was doing his shit in L.A. Big G Lou, what it do? Cuz salute a real one. Thank you, Nick. Baymac Business. What up, homeboy? Um, Draco was on the rise, man. He was doing his stuff. You know, dude recently came home, beat a murder case. You know, it came right out and just was doing his stuff. And it's a lot of dudes. He set the tone for these youngsters. A lot of dudes sound like Draco. If you know Draco's flow and how he raps and all these youngsters rap like that. You know, so dude was doing his stuff, and it's really unfortunate that he didn't really get to see his full potential. He even got a song with Drake. I mean, what underground artist from LA got records with Drake besides Nip and YG? He ain't underground. So it's like he had a song with Drake. He was doing his stuff. He was popular, and unfortunately, no, met his demise. And then at an event of this magnitude, where you have this many people, security is supposed to be tight. It's just so many things that happen. But I would say this: I know Snoop is getting a lot of blame and shit, but this is not, his fault. He was there to spread love, and this was supposed to be about love. You can't control what people do and how they get in, especially when it's entourages and quote unquote security and people. You know how that works. Just like when you go in a club, it's people. How do you wonder how guns get in there when it's not supposed to be? Certain people can make certain things happen, and it's unfortunate. Shout out to Yvonne Berkeley. What's up, Cuzzo? It's unfortunate that this happened, and it's unfortunate how it happened the way it did. You know, and again, I'm not going to get into that business. It's hard for me not to speak on it, but I don't want to speak on that out of respect. But I just will say these youngsters, man, I just hope, I wish they move better. Even if we understand it's beef, we understand people got issues. These youngsters, and we know homie had issues with a lot of people. We understand that, but I just want these youngsters, man, to try to take from this that it's a time and a place for everything. And that's what I think just is what's missing a little bit these days with these youngsters for our structure. It's always, this ain't shit new. It's always been beef. You know, dudes always been tearing concerts up and getting it on or whatever. This ain't nothing new, right? But when we're dealing with the magnitude and the responsibility with artists and people that control millions of dollars, and you control uh, a lot that can happen, like with even your homeboys and your crew, you take care of a lot of people. It's a lot of things that's on the line when you're dealing with these big events of this magnitude. And some of these guys have to understand that. Even if it is beef, sometimes a time and place for everything. Just like back in the day, if you caught your enemy slipping, but he was with his mom or his family or his daughter or whoever, you get a pass. So this is not the place for that, you know. And it's sad because another thing is when following up this concert here, it's gonna be unfortunate, but I don't think you'll get any more concerts like this no more. And it's sad because this was a great event. It brought old, young, in between. Like you could have brought your whole family to this event. You could have brought your mom, your dad, your older brother, your sister, and your nephew or niece, right? Because they had all different. They had the youngsters. That's why the youngsters were there. The Dracos and the King Lil G's and the Blue Bucks clan. It was a lot of youngsters there representing, right? And then you had this stage over here for the OG or the people like me want to see Quick and 40 and Snoop and all these people. And then you had the lowrider stage with Zap and Funkadelic and Cameo and the Stylistics. It was beautiful. But so we have to know how it's a time and a place for everything. Slipping in the darkness. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. And we don't need to slip in the darkness. We've come a long way. When you're speaking about LA, Southern California, Southern California is different, than a lot of these places. I know a lot of people chime in and want to know about the culture and think they know and all that, but Southern California is different than any other place in the country. I'm talking from experience. Even in California, man, Southern California is different than the rest of it's like it's an island opposed to the whole rest of California. And that's just how politics are, from the gangs to the race to everything. Southern California is a different animal and a different beast, and it's just different. So when you come in California, if you came up, I don't know how old people are, younger, new, whatever, I don't know, but we've come a long way from when I grew up. We've come a long way from everything, and from gangs and race and culture and all that. Even from Crips and Bloods, they get along more. We know now Crips and Bloods don't really, more Bloods kill Bloods and more Crips kill Crips. So that's not an issue. Black and brown, we've come a long way, man. Long way, man. To right now where these youngsters don't even see that. They collaborate. Some people get mad at how some people say and this how they get out and all that. But the bottom line is this music, bro. It's music and culture brings everyone together. And we've come a long way, and we don't need to go backwards um, by things like this, even these events. Because if you think 10 or 15 years ago, think even like when after Tupac died, right? No one was fucking with the West Coast. It was too much. Nobody wanted. And that's why everything went elsewhere in South and all that, and never came back. Cats is just starting to get a shine again. Diddy said I was talking to Eric, best friend, about that respect today. Yeah, that's what's up. From the name on City of Angels. Yeah, and you know, we've come a long way. After Pac died, nobody wanted to fuck with the West Coast. It was too dangerous. You dudes are too gangster, killing and drama, and they didn't want it, and it was shut down. It was nothing coming out of the West. It was hard. It's been like a 15-year run for people to finally see some light. And these youngsters, I got a lot of light. That's what I'm saying. I know this part. These youngsters have a shot now. They're doing their stuff. They're getting a lot of money, and it's all love. And it's been love the last few years until I think since when Nip died. After Nip died, this shit kind of turned back up again to me. I think it was a lot of love in the city when you had someone like Nip, and I think Nip was the last great one, right? Because he was able to bridge the gap between the younger and the little older dudes. You know what I mean? Like Nip, he younger than me, but you could look at Nip as a big homie, like a older, like I would respect him the same way. The little dude was sharp. So he bridged the gap with the older and the younger crowds, and he was a leader and was preaching. But he come from the streets, he come from the gang culture, but he was showing people a better way and not going with the negative narratives. That's why when Nip died, you seen the whole city out there. And see, that's what another thing I want you to know. If you're gonna die and be dying young, die for something, man, that people can be proud of you afterwards. That's why you had the whole city out for Nip, black, brown, Chinese, everyone loved Nip and was out there, because they love that. They love people that come from the dirt, but they become better and just like Tupac, even though Tupac didn't make it as far as Nip, as far as polishing all the way up, but people love Pac's heart and they know he had love. So Nip, that's why Nip had the whole city out there, and so some of you guys, man, just try to look at that, man, at least, man, and when you die, at least, man, die for something, man. Don't die for nothing, man. A lot of dudes are dying, man, and it's really in vain, you know. Got to try to leave here at least. We all got to die. We all got to go, but we got to make it count. That's why I used to put on all my little quotes: "Make it count, make today count." You feel me? Because these dudes are dying younger and younger, man, younger and younger. Some of these dudes my daughter's age. You feel me? And it's just like, wow, I'm not fucking with it. Get out of LA, big cities for real. Man, Nick said it reminds me of concerts in the '90s. Yeah, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But this ain't nothing new though, right? They was tearing up shit back at you remember them summer jams and all that. They was getting towed up, right? But what I'm saying is just man, we've come too far, bro, to go backwards. And I think now we've set ourselves back because obviously when things like this happen, this sets other shit off. You know what I mean? So now it's little mini wars. No, it's not necessarily gang shit, but it's little mini wars. People at each other. Um, Vaughn said Tupac was a nomad. Love him, but just like the song said, got around. He got around. R.I.P. Yeah. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I lost my train of thought. But we're going backwards, and we don't need to do that, man. Especially with these youngsters getting a lot of shine right now, getting a lot of light, getting a lot of money. These dudes is getting money, man. They could change people's lives, but sometimes these youngsters they're living in the moment too much, and then these drugs and stuff. Unfortunate to say, a lot of these dudes fuck with these drugs, mainly like the lean. The lean is popular. Lean is just for some reason popular, and I see that it obviously does something to these youngsters because a lot of them be just be kind of tripping, man. Some way out shit with this lean and stuff, man. So I don't know, man, but and I'm not here to bash nobody, youngsters, nobody. Everyone had their time. It was older dudes doing PCP and all this other shit. Everyone had their time with the drugs and all this stuff, but we just need to find a way to get some structure put back in this thing, man. That's all. The structure is like all the way out now. There's no rules or anything. When you don't have any rules, everything is haywire. And like I said earlier on my radio show, when you cut off the head, you kill the body. And a lot of these dudes are heads, man. They're changing people's lives now. They're getting a lot of money. They're employing homeboys. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things come with this stuff, man. When you get put in that position to change lives, and these guys are doing it, but unfortunately, they're getting killed so fast. Like thinking in the last few months, just these rappers, that have been killed, right? They were major figures. They were like independent dudes, and I hear the conspiracies, Empire Records, all that, whatever. But they were independent guys, bosses, their own bosses, and they were changing lives of people around them, employing people, and doing great things to help other people around them. And now they're being killed off before they can even make the next move. And of course, it's hard when they leave because no one's there to pick up the torch. Because I don't know, but they're not long enough to be bosses and set things in place to set up other people. So, like I said again, you cut off the head, you kill the body. The body's dead because the rest of the people don't know what to do. Same thing with Nip, man. Look. Since when Nip left, he left a void. His family moved on, and salute to the family and the marathon clothing. But if you know what I mean, I'm just saying like the rest, and it's still homies doing their stuff down with Nip, but it just seems like it killed not only his movement, but the whole city. It's back in chaos again. So man, we're missing those certain leaders and people in position that can somewhat make change. And if you look now, you don't have that. That's why you didn't really have no one to speak or to come up and speak and one that can represent and people can look to in the city and say, man, you didn't have that. Especially youngsters. People don't want to listen to older dudes too much. The youngsters need somebody for that. And that was Nipsey Hussle. So if you look, since Nip has been gone, there's no one to fill that void, and now everything's going back in chaos. And then on top of that, you get people like these whack people who want to take us back with the other shit. That's a whole nother issue, man. And if you would think, homie, you would be trying to empower people, and bring people together. You know what I'm saying? But you talking bad on people and stirring up controversy, not only with your own people, but now other races, man. And that's setting us back. We don't need that bullshit. And you sound stupid because if you see Latinos are 90% of fucking LA, and they that what I seen out there was 90% supporting people, black artists. So including your artists. So, nigga, you sound crazy. Um, um, Daryl brother is there to keep it going. Yeah, shout out to Daryl's brother, Ralphie the plug. Shout out to the homie Ralphie. He's gonna carry the torch, man. I know he's gonna represent for his brother. So shout out to you, man, and just the whole family, man. Let me see some of these comments. I know I've been running my mouth. Had a yellow South Pole jacket. Oh, I don't know. I'm off with these. Superfest attendee saw Aaliyah, Bone Thugs, Mary J, Drew Hill. Great show. All they did was cut the lights off when Bone came on. Yeah, and see, that's the thing too. That's what I'm trying to say too. This is what they don't understand too. It's gonna affect your pockets, man. You could be tough and gang all day. When that shit started affecting them pockets, you really see what's going on. And it's gonna affect some pockets because you're not gonna see, I don't think, any more concerts like this. Not with gang affiliated people, you know, the YGs and all them. It's gonna affect your pockets. Because they're not gonna want to book these shows anymore because that's what they're gonna look at. It's not really the concerts. Because look, you just had who? Kanye West and Drake at the Coliseum, the same place this concert was at, but it wasn't at the officially in the Coliseum. And they didn't have any issues. All these other shows, they don't have issues. What they say when you bring these gangster rappers and all this, we got issues. So man, you guys need to really, see that part right there because it's about to get real, man. It's about to get real. That's all I can say. Shout out to everyone out there tuning in, supporting the show. Um, again, unfortunate, but once upon a time in LA, like I said, I would say I had a great time, man. It was beautiful, all love. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling all alone, just hit the east side of the on a mission trying to find Mr.
Yep, it was like that. Shout out to Warren G. He shut it down. Shout out to Ice Cube. I want to talk about some of these performances on a positive note, right? Shout out to Ice Cube, Dub C. Man, I thought I had more footage of that I want to show you guys, but my shit was so fucked up. I had a lot of issues. That's why we were late. But to me, Ice Cube, Dub C had one of the best performances. It was classic. Ice Cube, man. One of my favorite artists. He shut it down. Warren G had a great show. DJ Quick shut it down. Sugar Free. E40 did real good. Too Short, of course. Um, Game came out there. They cut his shit short. Game only sung like 3 songs. They cut his mic because I think Wack was backstage. Um, Wack, dude, I don't want to talk about him. You know what I'm saying? But dude, come on, man. But they cut Game shit short. Al Green did a great job. He came out there, like I said, it was kind of rough for Al because he's getting old, man. You know what I mean? But Al did a great job, great show. Cypress Hill shut it down. Shout out to Be Real, Sin Dog. Who else? Oh, Bone Thugs. It was crazy because we just watched the verses, right, with 3 6 and Bone Thug, and both of them were there. 3 6 came out and performed, and then Bone came on after them. It was kind of weird. Bone shut it down. Who else? Man, there was so many artists out there. Lisa, Cameo. I seen. Um, I said King Lil G. He did good. Um, Man, it was great, man. It was great. Um, just we didn't get to see Snoop Dogg. I was waiting to see Snoop, didn't get to see him. So yeah, and then YG, of course, he didn't perform. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And 50 Cent was supposed to perform too. So those got shut down. And it was a wrap. But like I said, other than that, man, it was great, man. I had a great time out there, man. Great time. Got to kick it with the homies with the lowriders and take some pictures and kick it with some good people out there. Ate good food, you know, everything, man. It was great. You know what I mean? Until the unfortunate event happened, man. So I don't know, man. Rest in peace. And like I said, man, youngsters out there, I just want you guys to move better. I know it's easier said than done. Who am I to listen to? I ain't nobody. I'm just a dude with a podcast or a radio show or whatever you call this shit right here. You feel me? But like I always tell you guys, I'm gonna come on here all the time and have some type of message, man. I'm not here to preach to no one. I'm never gonna use my show for clout. That's why you don't see on this title Wednesday Q&A rest or the murder of the homie, you know what I'm saying? None of that. I'm not going to use this platform for that. You know what I'm saying? Everything I want to do on here, man, is try to lead by example. Like Nip said, the greatest human act is to inspire. So that's what I want to do. I'm not going to be on here and talk negative. That's what I'm saying. It's hard for me to even talk negative even when I want to. You know what I mean? I want this dude I told you earlier so sick. I'm just tired of that narrative, man, but I'm still not gonna get on here and talk about other people. I'm not gonna do that on me. And I don't think that's fair and respectful. If you same thing you say, you ought to be able to say somebody's face. You feel me? So I'm not gonna get on here and do all that. But I just don't appreciate that bullshit recently, what I heard, you know, with the race shit and all that and saying the shit you saying, bro. That's bullshit. I don't respect that. Um yeah, it was dope. It was dope, Nate. It was incredible. It was fucking crazy. I loved it. I had a great time. Um, if I say shout out to Pacoima, let one person. Oh, you from Pacoima? Oh, damn. Sorry, cuz. But nah, shout out to Pacoima, man. The San Fernando Valley. Pacoima don't even fuck with that dude from what I hear. You know what I mean? I'm not that ain't my business, but you know, um, shout out to Pacoima. Nothing against Pacoima. Shout out to the San Fernando Valley. Um, Yeah, 100. I can't wait for Sunday, Nate. We're gonna get it in this Sunday and play some great oldies, and YouTube is not gonna stop us, okay? Because we're gonna do it for the holidays and play great oldies, so everyone tune in Sunday, right? Uh, Nick said, salute the gang in here and salute SBI, most underrated West Coast legend on my mama for death though. Nah, shout out to my boy. Shout out to my boy Spider, man. For real, that's my boy right there. I'm proud of him too, man. Everything he's doing, man. So shout out to my boy baby Spider, man. Um, DD said that's what makes you a real one. Thank you, DD. I don't know anything but to be real. I don't know how to do fake. You know what I mean? If I am being fake at any time, someone please let me know. You know what I mean? Slap the shit out of me if you get that far. But nah, let me know. I would never. I don't know how to be fake. Everything I want to do is real. You know, real is real. Shout out to my boy from Compton. What up, homie? Southside tapping in. SSCC. Much love, man. So anyone out there, man, did anyone out there get to go to the show? I don't know who's out there that actually went. Once Upon a Time in LA festival was cracking, man. That shit was like beautiful. I had a lot of more footage I wanted to play, but I was running late and my studio was fucking up and it was a lot. So I don't know. Sunday we're gonna kick it for oldies rule forever Sundays and play oldies, and I'm gonna play some footage from that. And then Friday, I don't know who we got. I think we got an interview Friday. I think we got my homeboy Isaac Pedrosa. I don't know who we got DD Friday, but I think we got somebody Friday. So uh, if we got my boy Isaac, I could tell you that's gonna be a deep show. I'm not sure if he's coming Friday. I don't know who we got, but when my boy Isaac come, it's gonna be dope. Shout out to my boy Sticks from Low Moss. Um, so tune in this Friday. We got an interview, but Sunday, man, we're coming back with Odie's Rule Forever. Me and my homegirl Nate Love, and we're gonna do it for y'all. Uh, yeah, shout out to Crip, South Side, South Side in the building. Um, yeah, so Um, I don't know. I don't want to dwell. I don't want to. I don't want to dwell too much. You know, like I said on that event, I really want to speak some positivity, but at the same time, get a message out there. I'm not here to dwell on what happened. Everyone already knows what happened. You seen the blogs and the vlogs and you seen everyone posting shit, disrespectful shit. I will never post nobody getting killed on live. None of that shit, man. That to me that is disrespectful. So I don't do that, not for no views and none of that shit. That's disrespectful to me. Um, shout out Crippo and the throwback Kemp Sonics jersey. Oh, we got the Son. Okay, I didn't even see his pick. Shout out to the Sonics, my boy Sean Kemp, the Rain Man, and my homeboy Gary Payton, GP. Um, but I lost my train of thought again. The Goob Show. What up, Goob? That's my boy Goob right there. From Pomona. He's always with my boy Kev Mack. Check him out, the Goob Show. He's an alien, an extraterrestrial, or some shit. Shout out to my boy Goob, man. Much love, bro. But again, I just want to come here tonight to just touch on the Once Upon a Time in LA festival. The good, the bad, the ugly. We already know the ugly, but like I said, the good was it was a great ass lineup, man. That shit was incredible, man. I don't think you'll get a lineup like that again. So that was definitely some LA shit, and that shit was packed. Everyone was out there, man, um, to see that show, man. Like I said, it was love. So I don't understand this whack shit they talking and taking us back. It was love out there, man. So I want to put that out there. And the show was incredible. Um, again, it went bad at the end, and again, it's unfortunate because, like I said, now I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I hope this doesn't set us back to where of course it's going to affect concerts and shows. I don't think it's going to be hard for people to book people in LA, maybe in the IE or somewhere, but in LA I don't see it happening no more. And you may get a lot of lawsuits. I hate Snoop gonna have to probably go through some shit and it wasn't even his fault, but when you got your name attached to these type of events and people get killed, people got questions, man, and they need answers. And you got the homie's mom, of course, she lost her son. She lost her son. And this is an event that he's supposed to be protected at. He was booked to do this show. He should be protected. That's what people feel. But to be in all honesty, I mean, it's gonna be hard. You didn't really have real security out there like that. But it's gonna be hard when you got some of these these so-called security dudes. They be a little scary, and you got gang members and all these dudes out there squabbling and doing their stuff. They don't really want no parts of that unless it's real police out there. And that's probably what they should have had, real police. And they didn't really have that. They just had like security. I can't say that. And when you have an event such as this magnitude and so big, where you got thousands of people, and again, I'll give credit to the crowd and the attendees, right? Because it was love out there. You didn't see no fights. I mean, the whole day. I was there the whole day, covered the whole 3 different stages. You didn't see no fights and no people acting up. If you did, you didn't really hear about it, so it wasn't much. But so credit to the attendees because there was no bullshit out there, and that's what really could have set it off. All it take is 1 or 2 fights to get cracking and boom, 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 and that'll fuck up the whole event. But you didn't have that. This was stuff behind the scenes, and that's why I say the artists and people need to be a little bit more responsible. You know, it's a time and a place for everything. Of course, enemies won't it's on site and all that, but that's where you gotta have somebody there to regulate that, a big homie or somebody say, no, it's not the time or the place for that. I don't know the situation. Unless someone takes off it, you still a man, you gotta do what you gotta do. But just far as on site and tearing up the whole venue, it gotta it's a time and a place, man, and that's not the place for that. You're putting people in jeopardy. You're putting the crowd in jeopardy because one thing, if it could have spilled off into the crowd and set the crowd off, and now you got thousands of people who could have been hurt or jeopardized, and it's just unfortunate. Um, but yeah, that's what it is and what it ain't. It's Wednesday. Q&A, questions and answers. Anyone out there got questions for me? We'll take some questions, man, and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability because I ain't really looking at the comments. My bad, people. But much love to everyone out there who's commenting and who tuned in to me tonight to hear me talk. Um, let me see. My bandana say, let me see. This shit crazy. Harder to book hip hop concerts. Exactly, bandana. That's my point of what I'm trying to say tonight. It's gonna be even harder. Because as you know, it just got better recently. You know what I mean? It was fucked up, especially in LA on the West Coast. LA, Southern California. I would keep saying Southern California because Southern California is like no other place. No other place. Real spill. Even in California, Southern California is no other place. Everyone knows that. So it just got better, man. Now it's like, I don't know, bro. It is gonna be hard to book concerts, especially people that are quote unquote gangster rappers. Um, Pamela says, thanks for sharing. You're welcome, sweetheart. Um, Bandanas. Oh, what up? Cause the Berkeley's up in here. That's them Berkeley's. Um, the Coliseum hosts USC games. So who do they think they are playing with? Yeah, exactly. And you see at them USC games, you see see again. But the cold part is, look, Yvonne, this was at USC. This was at the Coliseum, right? But the event was not even in the Coliseum. They built different stages, bank, whatever these new they built different stages. It wasn't even in there. It was on the grounds, but it wasn't in the Coliseum per se. Um, so I don't know, man. The thing about me, see, they had so much even when you went in there, they had like they you would think it would be real secure. They had they had 5 different checkpoints. They had something for COVID. You had to be pre-screened for COVID. Uh COVID checks, vaccination checks, security checks, this check, that check. You would have thought it was really secure, but I guess you come down to it, it wasn't. It wasn't really real security. They should have had real, um, like police there. I would say, opposed to just people who were security. Um, and then you take an entourage of people like security that's for entourages or big name artists. They can come in there and really bring anything they want. They may get a little pat down, but they can do what they want to do. We know this already. So that's how you got a knife inside the venue or whatever the case, because these artists and big people, they come right through there. Even when we came through the checkpoint, it was really kind of weak. They just said take everything out your pocket, sit it on the thing, and walk through. Eh, You know what I mean? If you real crafty and a real, know what you're doing, you could have got shit through there. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't like a TSA airport check. You feel me? So take an artist that's coming through there or a big name wig. They don't probably even go through the same security checks we do, but they could just kind of walk through uh and whatever. You know how that shit goes. So a knife, that's easy, I think, to get in there. Unfortunately, but man, to do all that though, man, that's just a bad look, homie. That's bad, bro. That's a bad look for that to happen at that event, man. And even for the dudes who got into it and with all that, I'm not gonna get into that, say nobody's names, but you could have just got out, man. If people are just throwing hands or whatever, I don't think that was necessary to do that right there. That's just not a good look. Not there. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look at all. Grindhouse TV, what up? He said it's embarrassing when you're trying to push for equality and us as people are killing each other off in the same sentence. Facts. Facts. Thank you, Yvonne. Much love, sis. Love you. Um, what up, Cody? Shout out to my boy Cody Wood TV. God bless Queen Jean. Yeah, everyone show love to the Queen. I'm out, peace and love. About to take a shot at Annie. Take a shot for me too, Queen. Take a shot for me too, and God bless you and your family. Prayers up always. You know we love you, girl. Much love. She said, "How much did it cost? How much did what cost?" Pamela. My bad. I'm late on all these comments. My bad. Homie Cody said, take away some M's from these young artists when they silly, delay the records, etc. Give the young kids some repercussions, and I bet they move maturely. Exactly. That's what I said earlier, man. Stuff like this is gonna wake them up, right? Because I think the best way to affect someone is by the pockets, especially people used to get money and who like to get money. That's how you affect someone the most, by hurting the pockets. And unfortunately, they're gonna feel it in the pockets after this, especially some of the certain artists that names you keep hearing coming up. I'm not gonna say their names and do all that. I'm not the police on me, but it's gonna affect their pockets because now people are not gonna want to book them. You're a high risk. And then on top of that, you got all these people saying they own their heads and you can't perform here, so they gonna be on you or whatever. So you're a high risk now, right? So this gonna affect your pockets. But unfortunately, that may be what is needed, man. I just think people need to be humbled sometimes, and bring a sense of reality to themselves, man, because shit like this can't be going on, man. Too many inmates running the asylum. These youngsters need leadership and guidance. Again, great. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I spoke about this earlier, and someone else spoke about. I was talking to my homeboy Bigfoot on the radio show, and he said the same thing. It's just no leadership. It's no bridge right there. It's no bridge at all. So youngsters are just kind of running their own show, and unfortunately, they don't have the answers, man. Just like Kanye said, you don't got the answers. Sway. A lot of these youngsters don't got the answers, man. They think they do, and I understand them. They getting a lot of money. They're popular, and that popularity and power gives you a sense of power and entitlement. So a lot of people, feel that somebody can't tell them nothing. Nah, I got more money than you. I got $1 million. What can you tell me? So unfortunately, a lot of these youngsters, like I said, some of these dudes is younger as my daughter, man. So it's like they think they know the game and what they're doing, but they really don't. That's where OGs come in at, older people per se. It don't have to mean, whatever the case, but older people have knowledge because they've lived longer. And that's why it's about wisdom. They can give you wisdom. They may not be able to give you $1,000 or whatever, or they may be whatever the case may be with some of the older heads that the youngsters don't respect. But what they can give you, they do have is wisdom. you know, and wise. If you're able to live a certain age, you have wisdom, you have knowledge, and you have game. And tonight is Q&A, so you got the answers to the questions that you may need to ask. You feel me? So it's important that we protect our OGs and our elders. You know, it's important that we do so. And elders too, you know, can be humbled too and can always learn. Old dog is not never old enough to learn new tricks or learn game, man. It's a lot of youngsters out there, man, that not even unfortunate, but they do have good game and can teach you some things, man. Even if you're older, sometimes it's hard to accept that a youngster, man. What can you tell me? But some of these youngsters are real sharp. Again, I go back to Nipsey Hussle, sharp young dude, younger than me, but I could listen to him all day and take something from him and respect him and will learn. This dude was sharp, and we have a lot of youngsters out here that are like that. So we need them, and we need the elders as well. We need a bridge. We need that bridge there. You know, unfortunately, it's not really there. Then unfortunately, you got quote unquote OGs out here pushing some bullshit ass narrative that they doing and setting us back 20 years. That's terrible. That is sad, man. You know, so we don't want to do that. We're not following. Shout out to my boy American Cholo. He was saying some real shit. I always don't agree with my boy, but he was saying some real shit on this. You don't support that. That's how you hit them in the pockets, and you don't support shit like that. That's how you make them feel you. Stop supporting that shit. You know what I mean? We're not going backwards. We moving forward, man. We don't got time to go backwards. We already so fucked up out here, man. We're lost in the sauce, man. We don't have the education, the knowledge, the information. Things are moving forward real fast at a rapid rate, and we are behind because we're worried about some bullshit, homie. We worried about the wrong thing right now. And it's easy to get caught up in the wrong things. Even me, I get caught up a lot. I said I'm gonna take a break from a few things right now. You know what I mean? And just refocus. You know, so sometimes we need to do that. We need to get focused on shit, man, on shit that really matters, and not stuff that doesn't. Because there's a lot of shit that we spend a lot of time on and focus on that don't even really matter. It don't. So we need to get on point, homie. Um, Let me see what bandanas. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That part. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That part in that order. I like that, bandana. It's the basic foundation of life. Right. That part. That part right there. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding are the basic foundations of life. Balance and options. It's about balance and options, man. I've been rocking Boosie, A Burden on My Heart. Okay, I gotta go check that song out. I don't think I heard that one. Shout out to Boosie, man. Cody said I manage a wild motherfucker in and out of jail. Been in the pen the last 4 years, but has never been in the altercation at a show when I was around. It's about respect, man. Um, and look, even if you think you don't got respect or you don't show respect, they got a place for you that's gonna learn you respect, boy. And you don't want to go there. You don't want to have to go there just to learn how to be respectful because they gonna show you how to be respectful. I don't give a fuck how hard or bad or whatever you go when you go behind the walls. There will show you about respect, and you will get in line. So you don't got to go all the way to the pen, bro. You don't got to go 6 hours away from your family to learn how to be respectful. Learn how to make your bed. Learn how to clean your room. You know what I mean? Learn how to be respectful to other people. You don't got to go 6 hours away from your family to learn how to do that, bro. Come on, man. Um, Essay says some real shit, cuz you got to respect it for sure. Exactly, exactly. On me, that's why I'm speaking on it because I do respect it, and I know where we been, bro, and where we're at, man. And then look, then with these youngsters too, especially the youngsters, they're on a different page right now, and unfortunately, that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take the generation to generation, the more generations to all the way get it right. Because as you see, the youngsters, man, they change the narrative. And some may talk shit. Some, they don't like how certain dudes do this, or certain races be doing this, or calling all this extra, right? But all that really is the music bringing them together, like music has always done. That's why music is so important. Music, like from the 50s and 60s, homie, has brought people together when it was so much division and so much chaos. Music was the one thing that brought people. Go back in time and look when the shit was real bad in different parts of the country, and all this shit when blacks couldn't even sit on the bus and do all this shit. You know what I mean? Let alone our Hispanic homies had their own issues. You know what I mean? Everyone does. But Sherelle, hey y'all, what up, Sherelle? But music has always been the one thing that has brought everyone together, and that's what it's doing now with these youngsters. You know what I mean? It's the music, so they don't really see no color lines. Of course, they got their own issues and all that, but for the most part, they don't see that. They see music and love, and this music brings them people together. So of course, you got these youngsters. When you got this older dude, this whack dude, arguing with a dude that's probably young enough to be his son, you arguing with this dude and telling him about his narrative, and telling him about what's what and what ain't. He's trying to tell you, no, bro, it's a new day. But you pushing some old narrative from 20 years ago. We don't need that. You know what I mean? That shit gotta be stopped, homie. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, we moving forward, not backwards. You always say my name right. Well, I'm glad I say your name right, sweetheart. Shout out to Sherelle. Beautiful. What's up, baby? Shout out to Western Ag Queen in the building. What up, sis? She probably just getting off work. Um, Shout out to you. Seeing all my people coming up in here. So, thank you. Much love to everyone. Yes, yes, music is medicine. Music, man, music is the one thing that has always brought everyone together, man, and it continues to do so. That's why music is so important, man. Music always brings us together. That's why I say I was at this event. I was at the Once Upon a Time in LA festival, and the music was thing bringing everyone together, man. It was love out there. Everyone was just whatever artist was up there. Like I said, Cube was probably my favorite performance. Cube and Dub C. Everyone was out there singing every word. Certain song, of course, certain other songs it was more. Everyone was word for word. It was love, man. Um, Al Green came out there, and it was love, man. Love, love, love. You feel me? So that's what it's about. So we ain't pushing that whack ass narrative that these old whack niggas be pushing, man. We not pushing that, man. Move out the way, man. If you ain't with the program, man. Move out the way, bro. Um, yeah. What she say? Yeah, that just got off work. Okay. Shout out to Western Ave Queen. Um, Again, rest in peace to the homie who lost his life. Um, the homie Daryl. That's Queen Jean's relative. So shout out to their family. Prayers up. Shout out to his brother. He's gonna continue to do his thing, I'm sure. Um, Man, rest in peace to all the people we lost, man. We've been losing a lot of people, and unfortunately, they're all rappers and all youngsters, man. These dudes is young, not even really getting to live their life. Slim 400, shout out to Slim, man. The homie Lil Vince lost his life. Not only 2 weeks, I don't even think he had the few people. We didn't even get a chance to see people buried yet, and you got another one. I don't even think Slim been buried yet. Shout out to Slim 400, and now we got another one, man. And it's sad because these dudes is youngsters. That's the worst part. They can change. There's so many things they can do, and probably gonna change people's lives. And now people are just left, you know, left clueless. And he got kids. Homie had kids. Had a mama. And these people are just left clueless. Don't know what to do. And it's not about the money and all that because he probably left money, but if you don't know what to do with the money, what are you gonna do? That's what I'm saying. These things are premature because these dudes and homies. That's why I say you cut off the head, you kill the body. These people are in position to change people's lives, people, family, generations. So you set the things in tone and motion. You know, homie had the bag, but like I said, he's gone now and left the bag. But what do people do with the bag? People gonna fight over the little bit of chain, a little bit of chips. Everyone pulling for this. You know how this shit go. But the main thing is who is in position to take it to the next level, or whatever. And that's just not even with the homie right here, just all of the people that we lose. If nothing's set up in motion to keep the engine rolling, the engine will break down. I don't care how much money you put in it. You can have 100,000 in this car, in this motor, but if the motor breaks down and you don't know how to fix it, it's just gonna be broke. It's gonna rust and whatever. So these are things happening when people die prematurely that can change lives and change the narrative. They got the bag over here they left, but if you don't know what to do with the bag is gonna go to waste. You feel me? If that makes sense to anyone out there. Trying to speak some game, man. Keep up with me. Um, Pamela Taylor said, however that artist feeling, that's how the music flowing, you can't judge music. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these youngsters, that's the music they push and how they push it. Um, and you can't tell them how to push their music. And it's being liked and loved. People love controversy and all this. So they're pushing that narrative. You can't tell them how to push it. But the unfortunate thing about this and that is that we've learned, and the older you get, I'm only saying this because I'm older. I've lived my life. And I'm grateful to make it, man, because I've done a lot of bullshit too that I'm gonna tell you right now. I could not be here right now. I would either be locked in jail for so many years, maybe just now getting out, or dead. And I was faced with both of those possibilities numerous times. Numerous times I was faced with the possibility of going to prison for a long time or being killed numerous times. So I say that to say I lived and got through these things and was able to live. I still don't know I could die tomorrow, right? But I'm saying I lived through these times right here. A lot of these people not making it through. And we learn that, I'm gonna say this, we learn about energy. Again, balance and options. The Goob Show said, if you a rip, if you RIP can fuck with, if you a rip can fuck with a Damu, and if a Damu can fuck with a rip on a business aspect, how the fuck can you not have the patience to fuck with another race? That nigga's a talking contradiction. We already know that, man, and that's why I usually don't even speak. I usually don't even speak on that or bring up people and do all that type of shit. But the shit is just, it's just to a point now, man, where it is out of control, man. And I just feel just hearing the bullshit, man. It's a disgrace, man. And the shit just it's over, man. That shit needs to be over with right there, man. That's a cancer, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just over that bullshit. So yeah, that shit is whack, homie. That shit is whack. He's a talking contradiction, and it's sad because he's an older dude, older homie. That's and don't get me wrong, because he's doing positive stuff. I- If you look at it on paper, he's changing lives. He's in control and has careers and CEO, and yeah. But you out here pushing a narrative, bro. And when you talk, people listen, especially if you're quote unquote somebody. So you're somebody, bro, and you got people listening. Mainly people out of state and East Coast and Midwest. I hear all on the pages and they yes men and yeah to everything you say because they don't know no better. But people from the land and shit know, bro. And that's some bullshit narrative you pushing, man. And it ain't even about trying to talk bad on you or disrespecting you. It's just real, man. You know what I mean? You a person of interest and you a grown fucking man. And you on here arguing and talking to people that could be your son. That shit is ridiculous, homie. On my mama. Um, I don't care. Shoot 1,000 motherfuckers in your song. Talking about the dead ain't tough people shit. We will always have conflict, but when conflict over with, it's done. That part. And see, that's another thing. Like I said again, no structure. That was off limits, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people be talking about people that are dead, and they still talking about dead people in a negative light. I mean, that there's nothing else to talk about. No, that person is gone, and especially if you didn't do it, you just you know what I mean. So uh, but that's what these youngsters are on. They talk about the dead, and again, that's something I missed, I mean, because I lost my train of thought. But it's all about energy. Energy. What you put out is what you get. And if you look at the history of what's been going on, that's what's going on, man. You gotta master, like Nipsey said, master your energy, man. Learn how to master your energy. Never let someone else take you out of your off of your square or out of your intelligence. You know what I mean? Never let another person do that. There's no reason somebody should have somebody should get a whole song about you talking about them. That you put together a whole song that you had to write rhymes, go in the studio, write down, mix, master, all talking about another dude. That shouldn't be that's not the business, man. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be going on. There's too much other stuff we could be using that time for, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on the defense. If fuck somebody else, if they your enemy or whatever, if they somebody that don't deserve your time no more, fuck them. You feel me? Don't let them in your space. Only unless, like I say, if you have to defend yourself. If someone is threatening your life or is a problem to you in that nature, that's different. But just let somebody take uh time out of your day, hours out of your day to worry about them. We got to stop doing that, man. And we got to master that energy because the energy you put out is the energy you're gonna reciprocate. If you steady putting out bad energy, unfortunately, it's gonna come back on you, man. And we all know that. And then we know people in the street know that. That's why killers know they 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 don't worry about what may happen to them. They know this come with it. You know what I mean? You live by the gun, you die by the gun. But sometimes the pen is mightier than the sword, man. And that's what I think these youngsters and rappers are realizing now. That's why you're seeing more demise of rappers of late than any time before because most of the rappers are the stuff they write and their songs is all disrespectful. A lot of these dudes just they got songs about dead ops and all this type of shit. So you're seeing a more increased rate of rappers dying because the pen, unfortunately, is mightier than the sword. I don't want that to go over your head. The pen is mightier than the sword. You can hurt somebody way more by words that you say. That's why your girl or your whoever can hurt you by some or a word they say. You bitch ass nigga or you punk ass, you little dick, you whatever the case, they can hurt you with some of these words. The pen is mightier than the sword. So, a lot of these rappers, most of their energy is spent talking and rapping about the next dude in a negative light. So sometimes, man, that energy, man, is gonna come back on you, man, and that ain't what you want. Or maybe it is. I don't know. But I best believe me, most of these rappers would not want to go out the way that they do. They would not. And that's why I think sometimes too it has to do with some of these drugs. I'm not gonna say that's just what it is, because I'm not gonna bash nobody and everyone is entitled to do what they want to do. But I think some of these type of drugs like this lean, because I'm seeing the pattern, like this lean and stuff, how it has these youngsters like the level it has them on and their mind state and how they talk, the shit they talk and say. I can see that. So, man, I just think a lot of stuff needs to be put more in place. Needs to be a bridge with the elders, the older homies, the OGs, and these younger dudes, just to have some type of um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I said, the bridge to have the conversation because there's no conversation there. You know, there's no information for these youngsters to take in, and there's no one for them to really look up to or respect because they don't really respect no one. If you ain't got that bag, they don't respect you. Uh, Denise Castillo, Cuvo. If you don't got the bag or whatever, they don't respect you, unfortunately. So it's a lot of shit, man, that's lost in the mix, man, from these youngsters and the older dudes. And the older dudes need to know how to be older homies and play their position as well. Some of these older homies be trying to hang with the younger dudes or fit in with these younger dudes wearing skinny jeans and all this bullshit, right? Older dudes need to know their position, man. Don't try to be young. You already lived your life. Let them be young. Be here to be there for guidance for them. Teach the younger homies something, man, that show them something they don't know that they need to know. You don't need to be trying to hang out with them and kick it with them and smoke their weed and all that shit. I mean, smoke your own weed, smoke with each other, but don't be trying to be with them just to steal some of their joy or whatever they doing or hang with their little bras. They got these little they got the little bad bitches and you want to hang with them no, man. Be there for the youngsters for guidance and wisdom and knowledge. That's it. You feel me? Stop the bullshit, man. Oh, dude, stop the bullshit. Um, Let me see. Grindhouse TV say you think the killings got worse or are they just more televised nowadays? Because it seems like we've been saying stop the violence forever. That's a good question right there. And I would like some more questions, people, if you got them. But that's a good question on Grindhouse TV. Again, let me read that. Do you think the killings got more worse, or are they just more televised nowadays? Because it seems like we've been saying stop the violence for years, right? Forever. Yeah, we were saying stop the violence in 88, 89 with KRS-One and all them. Then in 1990 we had the West Coast stop the violence. We're all in the same game. Easy said, my baby ain't ever hurt nobody, but he still got smoked at Baby's party, right? So yeah, we've been saying this for years. You feel me? Definitely not worse than the 80s. Hey, Queen, Western that Queen, real shit, real shit. The 80s was the 80s. I think the 80s was the worst ever. I wasn't quite. I was still a little baby pup. I mean, I was moving around, but 80s, man, whew. But again, that's going backwards, right? Um, but let me go back to the question. Do you think the killings? Okay, so like a Western Eye Queen said, definitely hasn't gotten worse, right? But I think you see what I think it is that L.A. I'm mostly when I'm speaking tonight, it's like about Southern California, right? We see that over the past like 5, 10 years, it has really settled down though, real talk. So it almost makes you forget, not forget, but if you didn't come up in the 80s or the 90s, it almost makes you, yeah, forget about that time. But that was the worst. But it's been so calm lately to where now it just spiked and it's like up 100%. And yes, I think it's a little bit worse because shit is televised now. You never saw, even though it was always killings and the high murder rate, like you said, Western Eye Queen, it'll never be like the 80s. I think the 80s, it was to the point, it was like over 1,000 murders a year. That's why LA was really the murder capital of the world. It ain't one never no other city like that I could think you can ever go back to and see it was over thousands of murders and most of them gang related. Never. Now a high is like 400 or 500 is real considered real high. LA it was in the thousands, bro, in the 80s. So I don't think you ever see that. But again, I think you never seen it televised the way it is now with this internet and not only not only that it's being televised, but people don't mind putting it out there. Like I never thought like it would be the way it is now. Like say how Slim 400 was killed just a few weeks ago. We know that was a home video, obviously, or whatever the camera right there. But when was it okay to put that out there and it be allowed to be put out, even if it was put out? Say this was 5 years ago. If that video was put out, even if it was put out, it would immediately be flagged. By the next day, you wouldn't be able to see that video. Now you can go anywhere and see Slim 400's murder right there, and anyone can post it. Like you ain't getting flagged for. Like how does someone be able to post someone's murder on their page and not get flagged? But I can get flagged for playing some oldies on Sunday nights. YouTube will flag me and shut me down. But you can let a motherfucker put somebody's murder on their live on their channel and nothing is flagged, nothing about that. Come on, man. It's all the way around. It's backwards, bro. Not only from the streets, but from the corporate world too. They profit off of people losing their lives and all this shit, man. They profit off it. So how can I cannot post a song on Sunday or oldie, but I could post a murder if I wanted to, which I would never do on my channel. You feel me? Yeah, that shit don't make sense. Shit is crazy. Let me go back to some of these comments. So I hope I answer your question, Grindhouse. Yeah, it's different because shit is televised more. Facts. That is facts. And that makes it worse. Like I said, it don't mean that shit is worse. It's always been killing and shit don't stop. It was worse at different times more than others. 80s and 90s. I don't think anything could top the 80s and 90s in Los Angeles County. You can't. If I say Southern California is its own fucking world. Um, but shit is televised now. The internet, anyone can see it, and it's traumatizing. Think about the homie Slim 400. He got a kid, baby girl. I don't know how many kids or whatever. I heard he was at his baby mama's house then. So, but he got kids that gotta watch that can just watch that at any time. You know, it's sad. Even the homie Draco who just lost his life. They got that on camera, man. You see different stills and footages of him right there leaking from his neck that anyone can see. He has kids too, so I don't get that part of the game. I don't. Cody said I got a success story about a young man who was heading down the wrong path. Um, they'll listen. We just can't talk down to them. Right. These youngsters are taking out OGs in a real way right now. Yeah, they are. They are doing that too. Man, I keep going back again. I don't mean to keep talking about the homie, man, but Nipsey Hussle, man, again, he's younger than me, but that dude right there was special. And unfortunately, he got taken out by a dude that, we got to watch now. Like, what is, man, even that guy, I'm sure once everything's set in, he regrets that, but he has to live with it. And we're going on 2, 3 years later. We got to watch him go to court and they put the shit off. And we don't know what's going to happen with that. But we lose people like this, man, that can have a major impact on the communities that need to be here. That's why LA ain't been the same since Nip passed. I'm just gonna say it. It hasn't, especially from the youngsters, the OGs and people like me and the older people. We lived our life. We know how to move now. We're not on the bullshit. We just trying to go to work or do whatever you need to do to do what you need to do. Chill out. Go have your drink or whatever and relax. But these youngsters have no guidance right now. No one to even look to even halfway say they respect. You feel me? So that's the sad part, and you can see the aftermath of that. Just look at the aftermath since Nip passed. What has happened in LA since Nip? Shit, it was cool for a few weeks, and it was beautiful to see the whole city come together like that. Beautiful. But that lasts for a few weeks, and once shit started getting out of control, it got more and more, more and more. And now you got again where it ain't really no truces around the areas and all that. They out of control with they stuff. It's just out of control. And like I said, you fast forward now, and we got people pushing false narratives. We got the whack ones and the people pushing the false narrative. We don't need that bullshit. La la land. Yeah. I wish I could play that right. I'm gonna try to play that on Nick. That's a great segue. You got the Charleston Whites and these people that get on see what it is too. Sometimes I think what we get confused with, yeah, press that like button. You get these Charleston Whites, you get these whack dudes and all these people who get on the platforms and they could talk. See what it is. Sometimes you can get confused and thrown off what's really going on from what somebody's saying to you. And these people can talk good. That's what Charleston White won at. He could talk good. So he can get on these platforms and fool the main. And that's another thing with this internet that I hate that is so fucked up. There's so many nobodies and people that you can easily influence. So you got a million yes men on the internet, being yes man to people like Charleston White and these people. So you give them a platform to talk their bullshit more and more. You feel me? And they just do it more and more because they fool the people. They can go on somebody like Vlad, right? And go in there and talk professional and make it seem like, yeah, I'm against this and that because this is that way and sound real educational. But go right back on another platform and act like a fucking clown or just real disrespectful and all this stuff. So it confuses the people, and the internet is so fucked up that you got people that follow that and all of this shit. So you get that false narrative push 1,000%. So that's why you have the Charlestons and Wax and people who go on here and push this bullshit ass narrative and push us back 20 years. And you got people that follow them and support them. So it's like you arguing, you preaching. It's just fucked up, man. That's the gift and the curse of the internet, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the gift and the curse. All buffoons. Yeah, buffoonery shit, man. Clowns, man. Clowns, man. No dude over 40 years old should have a voice to speak and speaking bullshit. It's just that's just out, man. That's out. Nobody like Charleston White, but people got a rubberneck the car crash. If he had no views, he wouldn't be. Yeah, and that's why I made the point, Cody. That's why I made the point earlier is that, like you said, if he didn't have the views, it wouldn't even matter. But he does have the views, and that's because he knows how to talk, and that's really where he's been winning and even gaining momentum, and even feeling that he could come and talk to OGs and disrespect the culture of Southern California, regardless if it's negative or not. Because look, I'm gonna be real too. A lot of shit he says is real. It is right, but it's about how you do it and how you represent it. You can't preach to someone and say, yeah, because like I said, some of the stuff he say is real. Gang banging and shit is a cancer, woundy wound. We know that, and you may be right, but you can't turn around and say fuck the dead homie or fuck this dude or fuck, and especially say fuck Nipsey Hussle, but try to clean it up and say I was just saying Nipsey, not Ermis, you know. But you was just at Nip funeral, and I bet you wasn't saying none of that shit then. So come on, homie, don't So that's the shit I'm saying is bullshit, bro, bullshit. So we cannot support these dudes. But like you say, if he didn't have the views, he wouldn't have it. And how he wins is he knows how to talk. And that's how he wins against OGs and people. He makes people because when you do that's just like a debate or spelling bee, shit like that. When you enter these contests and you go up on podiums, even if you want to have a show like me, I don't even like to talk. I don't like to be on camera and all this, but I got something to say sometimes. But when you come on these platforms, if you're not ready or know how to speak or talk, and then you up against somebody who does, man, you're gonna get ran off the stage, bro. Even if what you're saying is right and they're 100% wrong, if they're saying it in the right way, you're gonna get overlooked, and that's what happens with these certain guys, the Charleston Whites and the people. See, Charleston White actually knows how to speak, so he can come on and sound educational. And this, even though he's ignorant, he can push that narrative and win, especially when he's debating with other people who don't know how to speak. That's where people get caught up at. You can't go on here and debate with somebody or say fuck you, but you don't have facts and you don't know how to speak and come back and rebuttal and all these things. These people know how to do that. So that's where they win. And that's where Charleston White has been winning. And then you got Wack who comes on and just overtalks everyone. He has a strong presence. You know what I mean? I'm not here to say he's no punk or none of that. I'm just saying he's ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But he has a strong voice, and you can't come in there talking to him playing around. He's gonna overtalk you, run you off the stage too. So it's like you just gotta know, what how to move with certain people, man. You know what I mean? But that's how these people win. 'Cause they just overtalk and over out talk you. And if you don't know how to debate with a motherfucker, you're gonna get debated on. You feel me? Period. Cuz said, fuck yeah, exactly. I didn't even want to speak on that. He said, fuck Monster. And my thing is this: our hoods were enemies, but he was the homie before the madness. I took offense to that. And like you said, Western Night Queen, all facts what you said. But Monster was just so much of a real one that enemies, whatever, respect him, and you respect somebody real somebody real like that. But he said fuck Monster. And my only thing with that is, even if that's why whatever you say, you got to be able to say to a man face too. You can't say fuck somebody like Monster. That's my thing too. Motherfucking well, you would not say that to Monster's face. So, homie, that's why I can't respect shit like that. You just talking and running your mouth, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because you would not say that to that man's face. Anything you say about somebody behind their back or whatever it is negative. You got to be ready to say it to their face, man. If not, don't let it come out your mouth or use a mark. Period and facts. What up, Big Devil? Shout out to my boy Big Dev, man. Much love, comrade. Um, no, he would not. He would not. Hell no. Even with the homie Melvin, when they sat down together, you see, as soon as they were ready to debate, he ran out there. I'm gonna leave. Because you can't debate with Melvin, homie, because Melvin's the one that gave you the pass in the first place, man. How you gonna sit up here and go against this dude and he's the one that gave you the pass to come to LA? So it's just so much bullshit, man. But like I said, the thing I hate the most out of all the bullshit, the youngsters pushing their stuff, they need guidance. Like, we can't talk bad about the youngsters if we're not really to step in and help them. And that's a problem with the older and the young. A lot of OGs are not willing to step in and help the youngsters because, let's keep it real. A lot of the times you don't want to be bothered with that shit. You got your own problems, your own family, and it's going to be a struggle with these youngsters because they don't want to hear it. So a lot of times, let's keep it real. The OGs just don't really want to deal with it. And unfortunately, that leaves that void with these youngsters. You know what I'm saying? But aside from these youngsters, the thing I hate the most is an older motherfucker, my age or better, that's, for one, pushing the bullshit narrative like these dudes are doing because they got the mic in front of them in the spotlight. I hate that shit the most. I hate an older dude pushing a bad narrative or trying to be somebody he ain't or be a youngster and fit in with these youngsters and wearing skinny jeans. Nah, the skinny jeans, that whatever. But I hate I hate a older dude not playing his position and role that he needs to play. I hate that more than anything, man. You know what I'm saying? So we got to step up. Yeah, shout out to the homie Goob is out there. He in the building. What up, Goob? The extraterrestrial, my homeboy from Pomona. Shout out to Pomona, man, all the way east. Shout out to San Bernardino and the IE and all that right there. But shout out to Pomona, SGV, double S, salute. I was hollering that little hen the other day. Shout out to Compton, South Side in the building. Man, so I don't know, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all all night. I know we kicked it and we talked. I could keep talking, but I think we covered everything, man. Again, this show was not to get on here. I wanted to speak about the Once Upon a Time in LA festival because I went to it personally. I got to experience it, and I wanted to talk about the good, the bad. We already know the ugly. But like I said, overall, that was a good experience, man. I just hate that. Unfortunately, you won't see no more shows like that in LA. I don't think it's gonna happen. Shout out to my boy DJ Maniac. A lot of old heads are pushing that BS. Is sad. They know better. Yeah. Shout out to Maniac. That's my boy right there. Um, um, yeah. I lost my train of thought again. But happy holidays to everyone out there, man. You know what I mean? It's Wednesday. Some of y'all are off for the rest of the week. It's the holidays now. Some of y'all gotta work, whatever. I don't know. But you know, enjoy the holidays, however you celebrate it. Some don't, we know how people feel about the holidays and all that. But take the good with the bad. Take this time to just be with your family. If you don't got to work, spend time with your family. Kick back, relax, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Give you some you time, man. Go get you a good massage somewhere. You know what I mean? If you a dude, you know what I mean? Go get you some pussy somewhere, man. If you got out in a while, you feel me? Uh, you a lady, go get you a good petty and manny and petty. You know what I mean? You know, call someone you love and tell them you love them. You know what I mean? Appreciate your loved ones. Not just anybody, but the ones that deserve appreciation. Give them some appreciation. Let them know you love them, and it's all good, man. I want to tell all of y'all I love y'all. You my family on here. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you all for all the love and support you continue to give the G-Lew show. Shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to DD Hairston, my producer. Shout out to my sponsors, Street Level Clothing. Like I said, Friday we should have a guest. We're gonna kick it and talk Friday. Question: Do you believe in extraterrestrial? Look at Goo. Goo. Hey, hey, Goob, you gonna take me there, huh? Do you believe in I believe in ET. ET was my favorite movie, man. Back when I was a kid, so I believe in ET. And I went to Universal Studios and took the picture on the ET bike and all that. Nah, let me stop. I don't know, Goob. You know what I mean? But ET was one of my favorite movies. I'll leave it at that. But extraterrestrials, I don't really know what that is. You got to give me a good definition of what that is, and maybe we could talk about it, bro. You know what I mean? Um, but shout out to you, Goob. Thank you for tuning in tonight, man. I know you don't usually tune into my show, so thank you, bro. And shout out to my brother Kev Mack. Videos, this is for show. Um, much love, G. Thank you, Western Ave Queen, Nine O's, man, X season, all that. Pamela Taylor, what's up, Pam? You know I love you, girl. G. Lou, you are giving us a show Friday while we're cooking. Yeah, because is that Christmas Eve? I don't even know what day it is. But I think we got a guest. So, even if not, check it out. If we don't have a guest, yeah, I'll keep you guys company. I'm gonna come in and play you some good music and just kick it with you guys and have a good time. You know what I mean? Maybe we can have a good time Friday and just kick it. So yeah, we'll be here Friday. You feel me? Shout out to Sherelle because Sherelle doesn't usually come over here. So thank you for coming over here and kicking it with me tonight, sweetheart. Sleepy tonight. Much love to you all. Thank you, Sherelle. Okay. Don't let it be your last time, baby. Okay, that's Christmas Eve for sure, homie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we gonna chop it up, Goob. You know what I mean? Talk about some extraterrestrials and we'll figure that part out. Maybe we could talk about it later. Um, sounds good. Okay. Good night, much love. That's my co-host right there. Sunday nights, Nate Love. That pretty lady right there. Tune in to us on Sundays, man. We're gonna give you those oldies. You feel me? Much love, Nay. My boy Nick Baymack. Much love, homie. So with that being said, we're gonna slide up out of here, man. Love y'all. You know what I mean? Stay prayed up. Keep your head on the swivel. Stay away from the fakes. Keep it real at all times, man. And stay on the defense. Stay away from those suckers, man. You feel me? Love y'all. We out. Peace.
Creeping down the back street on D's. Listen to some old school feeling the breeze. But as soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some youngsters in some skinny jeans, straight disrespecting. You wanna make noise, make noise. We can get a head up fade. I don't need no homeboys. Break it down the road of reading the green leaf and pass it to the left side and come and take a ride with a G. And listen to some BCB, OMG, Cadillac DeVille on 22 inches. And got sounds for the bitches, trying to get riches. I don't fuck with the busters or no snitches. So homie, just walk on by, cause I'm too hard to lift. 220 with a big ass dick. So your girlfriend all of my top, locking all of my pics. Pillow talking with the homegirl bitch. I kick back as I pop the top of my fifth. We politic to celebrate the accomplishments. Yeah, because you know it don't stop. 2022 with a bullet headed straight to the top. K-Boy.
Somebody's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning. Really feel good about somebody. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong.